Well, good Wednesday morning, everyone, and welcome back to my freezing cold office. I got to keep moving, I think, is my motive here. I can't complain about the temperature. Okay, in back in Nebraska, where I was raised, it's currently, last time I looked, it was 0 degrees in Omaha, but it feels like 7 below. And other parts of the country, especially a little bit north of there, are experiencing incredibly frigid temperatures. But I mean, Constance was born during the blizzard of 48. Yeah, that's what they called it, the blizzard of 48. I wrote her a poem once for her birthday. Her birthday, by the way, she's out on her bike shopping this morning, uh, so I can talk behind her back. Okay. Her birthday is February 27th. Okay. And if anyone deserves a wonderful, wonderful birthday treat of some kind, or reward of some kind, it is she. Uh, and probably, unfortunately, she wouldn't want me to even tell you about it. But our son was born the very next day, February 28th. And we had purposefully set out to have him born on her birthday. Okay, it's a long story, technical, very personal kind of thing, but we got out our calendars and the water broke on her birthday, just like we had planned. But he held off for a couple of extra hours and was born very early on the morning of the 28th. This is a big digression here. But for so many years, he's lived in the Far East. So he celebrates his birthday because of the time zone, the international time zone thing. They celebrate their birthdays at the same moment in time, but different days. It's kind of cool. And so when we talk on Messenger and things like that, they're celebrating their birthday at the same moment. I'm sure you didn't need to know about that. As you know, I'm very interested in tarot. Tarot was one of the things that sort of got me into Kabbalah, actually, and that really helped in my efforts as a ceremonial magician. So tarot is a very magic thing to me. And I've written several tarot books, and I've got a new one coming out just early in May called the Tarot Architect. And I hope you all order it ahead of time. It makes everybody look good. Okay, you don't have to read it. Just go ahead and order it, and maybe get a couple for your friends. But anyway, over the years, I've tried to master the art of reading tarot cards, and I've been lucky enough and privileged enough over the years to attend many tarot kind of events and become friends with who I consider the tarot luminaries of the age. I'm speaking particularly, but not exclusively, of Rachel Pollack and Mary Greer and Janet Barris and, uh, and I wish I could be the master tarot reader that they are, and to watch them work. It was just totally awesome. And well, I read tarot cards myself for people, but it's more like a tarot consultation. Okay, I use the cards and everything else, but I'm not a fortune teller in that same way. But that doesn't mean that over the years I haven't tried every trick I can come up with to sort of train my mind and memory uh, about the different tarot buzzwords and things. And years ago, that's probably 15 years ago, I found this document where here's what I did. Okay, I made a chart like this. Okay, now this is for the trumps. And I did the same thing for the small cards here, but I haven't been able to get that to work as well. And I've listed them by nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. So I can make it, if I draw 3 or 4 of the trump cards, just as I'm training myself, I thought, one card would be an adjective, one card would be a noun, and then one card would be the verb. And if I did a fourth, if I was feeling frisky, that would be an adverb. Okay. So it'd be like the happy man sucks joyously. Or something. You get what I'm talking about. Okay. So I just wanted to, because I ran across this thing in my papers that say, well, how do I learn this stuff? And so it took me a long time. Okay. It took me a long time. Here's for nouns. So the fool noun would be an idiot, freedom itself, youth, new beginning, innocence, purity, naivete, foolishness. But if the fool is drawn as the verb in the spread, it would be act thoughtlessly, bungle, mismanage, luck out, inspire. And the adjective to describe the noun maybe would be a foolish, naive, innocent. So it'd be like adjective to the noun would be like naive, idiot, naive, new beginning project of some kind. Okay. And then the verb would be act thoughtlessly, bungle. Okay. Naive, fool, bungles. And how does he bungle? Innocently or ineptly. Okay. But put that in a sentence and where there is a position for the noun and a position for the adjective and a position. Okay, I'm going to it doesn't work worth a shit, okay? And I tried the same thing for the small cards. Oh, excuse me, the small cards. and I got those listed. And in a sense, they kind of operate on their own because I had to put them generically: knight, queen, prince, prince, and then the pips, and then assign them to wands, cups, swords, and discs. And then I would have to multiply that by the nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, and there's just, I'm really a lazy guy. Okay. Because I'm lazy, I started this whole thing. I work really hard at being lazy. Okay. Uh, anyway, so as an example, I'm going to draw 4 cards, and we're going to use that chart to get profound messages. Okay. Is this a proper tarot technology worthy of me sharing it with my people? Will be my question. My audience, my friends. Okay. I'm drawing 4 cards. First one, the Tower. There's my adjective. The Death card. There's my noun. The Justice card. There's my verb. And there's my adverb. Now, obviously, I'm using nothing but the trumps, because that's the only one that even had a chance at working. So, Tower, death, justice, art. Adjective, noun, verb, adverb. Tower. Adjective. The question was, is this a worthy thing to share with you guys? Surprising violent, devastating death. Devastating, okay, the death card for the, oh, excuse me, for the adjectives comes first. So adjective for the Tower. Let's see, where's my, there we go. Adjective for the Tower. Ruinous is violent, destructive, ruinous, dangerous, shocking, surprising. Surprising. Death for the noun. Okay. For noun. Surprising renewal. Termination. Regeneration, renewal. Or surprising death. Let's just get obvious. Is this a worthy thing to share with you? Well, it's surprising death, verb, for art, verb. Surprising death blends, adapts, moderates, balances. Surprising death balances. And how does it balance? Adverb for temperance. Moderately. reasonably. Okay, I'll read the other thing about it. Temperately, moderately, reasonably, flexibly, diplomatically. Okay, that was a terrible example. I'm going to shuffle and do one more example to try to get us all up to speed on this advanced technology that is surprisingly death-like. But you might want to make your own chart. Obviously, I did this when I was about 29. Okay, so okay. Now let's ask a sort of a fortune telling question here. Will there ever be peace? Oh, no. I'm afraid that's chiseled in stone. Okay. Will I tell me about the upcoming 3-day intensive out in the desert in Joshua Tree? Give me some good advice to help me make that a success. Okay. The star card. That's the adjective. It's going to comment upon the noun, which is death. The verb is the tower. And the adverb is the magician. So if we would just read the buzzwords in order, the adjective, well, death is the noun, so I'm going to look at that first. Regeneration, renewal. Change, transformation, termination, end. Now, I got to say something about that. I would say my whole spiritual career started in Joshua Tree when my brother and I, in 1967, ingested a massive amount of LSD on February 27th and watched the sun come up. And our experience on the desert was profound, to say the least. I half joke that we're still sitting out there on the giant rock. And in a sense was a big beginning. I mean, when we could drive finally, later in the day, I drove back to Costa Mesa and immediately proposed to Constance over the telephone. And you know the story. So for me, it is a coming full circle that this event, it will be a return for me, okay, and a transformation. And in a sense, this makes wonderful sense to me. That's the noun. But the adjective that comments on that noun is the star card. So we'd treat the adjective for star card, optimistic, hopeful, a dreamlike, visionary renewal, transformation. And what is the verb for that dreamlike vision of renewal? Yikes. The verb for the tower, overthrow. Ruin, abolish, annihilate, smash. And how is it smashed? How is it annihilated? The adjective is, or the adverb is skillfully, cleverly, slyly, shrewdly, expertly, ingeniously, magically. Or you could interpret that any way you want. Anyway, that's just one example of sort of a thing that you might be able to do with your own efforts toward honing your skills and your memory and memorizing buzzwords and things like that for your own tarot practice. Anyway, if you want, I will post this chart, if I can find it again. I printed it out earlier, on Facebook, and you can sort of see what I've done with it, at least for the trump cards. And you feel free to use it if you publish it or something like that. Of course, you will not only give me credit, but a whole lot of money for it. But it's for your own private use. Okay. Anyway, that's that for today. I have a kind of a busy day ahead of me, so this is sort of a short one, and my office is very cold, and I want to sort of bundle up. So until tomorrow, continue to be good to yourself and be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will.